Welcome to the Jets Out of Video blog series. This week we review the Jaguar game and we preview Monday Night Football versus the Titans. All right, well, Tyson, the biggest story this week is the return of Braylon Edwards. What are your thoughts?
To me, it was a no-brainer at this point. I mean, the Jets, the wide receiving core is a mash unit. I mean, everybody's hurt. Stephen Hill's out. Clyde Gates is out. You're down to Schillens and Jeremy Curley. Why not at this point? It can't make him any worse, that's for sure.
Well, last week we were actually talking about Braylon Edwards' tweets.
Yeah.
Doesn't make the front office look like idiots bringing him back after he actually blasted the front office.
You know, well, I mean, to me, it's just funny at this point. Because, I mean, I've called the Jets idiots. You may have called them Jets idiots.
I may have.
If you go on Twitter, I mean, Jet fans have been bashing this front office for 6 weeks now. So I think it's kind of comical that it's words. Does it make them look bad? Maybe. I don't care about that. I think the biggest fury by some of the Jets fans is that Braylon stuck up for Mark Sanchez,
right,
who's public enemy number one. So like, oh, he's backing up his boy, all this stuff. And now that everybody hates Sanchez, it's kind of like, aggravating people.
Well, speaking of that, do you think this is kind of a little bit of the Jets catering to Mark Sanchez?
Why not? The fact of the matter is, as of right now, like it or not, he's your franchise quarterback. He's your starter. So if he's going to be your starter for the next 3 games, why not give him a guy he's comfortable with? That's just a fact. So what are you going to do? Bring in another guy he doesn't know, so he's got to build chemistry with? Yes, the offense is different. He's going to know Braylon's tendencies. He's going to know what he does. They're friends. They can communicate. They can work together. That relationship's already there. So your ramp up is a lot quicker. So why not cater to Mark Sanchez? Why not bring a guy in to help him? I mean, what do you want to do? Go against, fight against him, make his job tougher? He's already dealing with Manny Moe and Jack at wide receiver. Why make it harder for him? People just don't want to support Sanchez, and I understand that. But if this means helping him out, getting his confidence back, making the offense better, why not do it? I mean, be honest about it. I mean, he's the guy. You like it or not, right now he's the guy. So do whatever you can to make him better, period.
All right, well, when was the last time we had 2 wins back-to-back,
Okay, but whatever.
Well, with that said, playoff talks have started.
Ridiculous.
You buying in?
No. Look at who they beat. And, and the thing is, everybody was, we want Tannenbaum fired, we want Rex fired. They beat the Cardinals, barely beat the Cardinals with a quarterback that shouldn't be in the NFL. Now they're playing the Jaguars. They could have been losing that. Well, they were losing at halftime, but right. I mean, they could have, if that one, the one fumble didn't go back for a touchdown because he was ruled down.
Right.
I mean, they could have been down 10-0 or worse. I mean, it could have been a lot worse than that.
Going into half.
You don't walk away from that game feeling all positive. I mean, they beat 2 very, very, can I say very bad teams? So you need to mention the word playoffs to me is ridiculous. Beat the Titans, then talk to me. But right now, you got to find a way to score points and not be stuck in mud for 3/4 of a game. So to me, the playoff talk is ridiculous.
All right, well.
Ridiculous, by the way. Playoff talk is ridiculous.
Ridiculous, you
Ridiculous.
Say? All right, well, the week before we saw McElroy win the game for the Jets. Last week, he's not even listed on the roster. He's
what a joke.
And Tebow's number 2.
This is where Rex Ryan gets himself in trouble. His mouth gets him in trouble. The Jets organization gets him in trouble. McElroy he came in and gave the team a spark. Tim Tebow is admittedly hurt. Why in the hell do you make Tim Tebow your backup quarterback when you know he can't throw a ball? And then they say if he was going to play, he can't play punt protector. Why is that? Because you don't want to get him hit. He can't really run the ball. He'd only hand it off. So if Sanchez got hurt, which he's taking some big hits, you're going to bring in a quarterback that can't run and can't throw. So what exactly is he going to do? Meanwhile, you have a guy on the bench, inactive, who can throw, who can do whatever he wants because he's healthy and help you win the last game. Now, as you an outsider looking in, how does that make sense to you?
It was probably one of the oddest football moves I've ever seen.
It was stupid. And they did it so Tim Tebow can be captain in front of Jacksonville,
right,
and they could show him off and his little jet jersey and take pictures and sell all your propaganda. But you know what? As a football decision, it was ridiculous. It was stupid. And it's a reason why bringing him here was dumb. And the fact that Rex Ryan did it, I question his integrity. I question who's calling the shots in the Jets and every other thing around this. That's embarrassing. And you know what? A part of me wanted to see Sanchez get hurt. Because when Tebow came in and couldn't do jack shit, then what are you going to do? You're going to be exposed for him not being healthy. You're benching a guy that's hurt. I mean, the calamity around that it's a complete circus.
And once again, we ask, why not Braylon Edwards? I still can't understand that. Not Braylon Edwards, Brady Quinn.
Brady
I
Quinn,
remember
Brady Quinn, Drew
last
Stanton.
year
I mean, it keeps coming back. If you brought in a number 2 quarterback that can't play quarterback, and it's coming back to haunt them over and over and over again.
Right, it's unbelievable. Now, let's talk about the Jets' offense last week. That's not a very good. They do have some talent on defense, individual talent. Overall, that's a bad defense. That's a bad defense. And the Jets struggled. Their running game did all right, but overall, the Jets struggled.
They made that offense so vanilla and so basic, and they still couldn't do anything with it. It was awful. I mean, if you watch that game, you couldn't. I mean, as a Jet fan, you'd start drinking beers because you'd be like, "This is absolutely horrific." Sanchez looked terrible, and the running game. Thank God for the running game, because if they couldn't do that, they wouldn't have scored any points. I mean, the receivers weren't getting open. Sanchez was just. He was shackled by all means. I mean, it was terrible.
And these are not top flight corners.
No, and these did the last 2 weeks. And now everybody's like, oh, the running game is back. The offensive line is back. Look who you're beating. I mean, you're proud of this? I mean, this isn't good. The offensive play calling wasn't good. No creativity. And if you're going to play Sanchez and handcuff him like that and not, I mean, this is just, you're not going to win games against better teams like this.
So, I mean, that was my next question. Do you think they can continue winning, playing that run, vanilla?
You played against 2 teams. I mean, the Jaguars were without Cecil Shorts. They're on the 4th-string running back, their 3rd-string running back. The week before, the Cardinals were playing, whoever at quarterback. You're not playing against a team they were no offensive threat whatsoever. This week, the story's going to change. You're not going to get away with not only putting up 0 points at halftime. You do that this week, you're going to get blown out of the building. You cannot keep playing like this. Sanchez can't do it. The play calling can't be like this. People have to make plays, or you're not going to win games against anybody other than a 10 team.
All right. Well, I mean, it's the big lights. It's Monday Night Football, and you're taking on an offense this Titans offense that they can put some points up. How do you attack this Titans offense? Speaking defensively,
how does the Jets defense play?
Right.
You gotta go after Chris Johnson, because Chris Johnson's a huge threat. I mean, he's over 1,000 yards already. I mean, that's the first thing, is stop Chris Johnson. I mean, Jake Locker, the thing about him is that he can move around. He's a mobile quarterback. He's a feisty little guy. And then once you do that, then you got to worry about the pass coverage. So it's going to be no easy. This is no Chad Henne and a cast of characters. This is a legitimate guy that can make big-time throws with weapons. But the first thing is stop Chris Johnson. If he gets going, you're in deep trouble.
The wild card for me is Kendall Wright. He's coming on week after week.
Absolutely.
And he is a first-round receiver. And we don't forget, he was RG3's big receiver.
I mean, they got 3 legitimate. Well, actually, they got 4. You got Kendall Wright, Nate Washington, and Kenny Britt. I mean, Kenny Britt's got size. You got the Kamara.
He's just inconsistent, but he has size.
But dude, you go 3 wide, and then the Jet secondary struggled at times. I mean, you're going to have fringe players and covering guys that can make plays. So it's not going to be easy by no means.
Who do you single Kamara up on?
Kenny Britt.
You
have to. I mean, the size. I mean, he can make. I mean, he's coming on too. Then you have our favorite guy, Kyle Wilson. Who are you putting him on? Then you have guys like Ellis Langster covering somebody. I mean, the fun of games of defense is over. While everybody's putting their chest out how great Jets defense is, show me this week, because you're going to have your hands full. I'm not going to say they're like the greatest show on turf, but these guys can put up points. I mean, they can hang with you. I mean, they're gonna.
And with Chris Johnson back there, you have to respect that play action.
You have to, and that's what I'm saying. If you get him going,
right?
Oh,
it's gonna be a long day.
And then
Jared Cook. We'll talk about the tight ends.
And that's what I'm like. Saying everybody keeps saying Jets win Monday night, and here we go. 3 good receivers, and then you have a tight end that is a legitimate threat. So they could spread you out, have him over the middle. I mean, your linebackers are got to play well. Your safety's got to be good in coverage. I mean, there's going to be guys that are going to be open. So then you need a guy like Muhammad Wilkerson who's playing great. You need a pass rush on. I mean, there's a lot of things that need to happen defensively. That, I mean, they could be in trouble. And make the matters worse, if your offense is going 3 and out every play, every series, you know what I mean? If you keep giving them the ball, they're going to score points.
All right, let's talk about offense now. The Titans have struggled a little bit on defense. They do have a star rookie. I mean, a star rookie.
They do. But, I mean, statistically, what? They're 26th against the pass, 24th against the run. You can make plays on them.
Right. Do you stay with the ground and pound philosophy?
You have no choice, man. You have no choice. I mean, at this point, you got to dominate the line of scrimmage. You got to get the running game going.
One-two running back looked good last week. It really did.
I mean, it did, but keep it all in perspective now. Now, your talent, you're going against better talent now. A more aggressive team, at home, Monday Night Football, fired up crowd. I mean, your stakes are a little higher here. It's a big stage. They're going to play better. So you're going to try to do your ground and pound. It's going to come down to, Powell showed some flashes. Right. But, I mean, it's going to come down to Sanchez.
How much pressure is on Sanchez
A
to make
ton,
plays?
because he's going to have to make plays. They're going to try to stop the run, which, I mean, it's going to happen. And if he has to make plays, and more than, check down here, 5-6 yard sideline pass, he's got to get the ball downfield. And if Braylon plays or not, whatever he does is fine. But somebody's got to make plays for him, either Cumberland, Curley.
Well, speak to that. Braylon knows the offense. I'm assuming he's already. I think he was in practice today.
But there's word, like Pete Carroll came out and said that he thought Braylon's got a hamstring injury that would hinder him from playing.
Oh,
so
that's news.
Maybe by the time this video gets released, more of this story could come out. But if he's just he's a red zone target. He's huge.
Right.
Lob the ball up to him. Fade pass to him. But they have to make plays in the passing game. If you shackle Sanchez, and let me say this: if you're scared to throw the ball with Sanchez, don't put him in the game. Easy as that.
Right.
Because you know what? Your stakes are higher now. Like it or not, they are in contention for the playoffs, which I don't believe is going to happen. But the fact is, you're game out. So if you're scared to win, if you're going to play scared to win, or scared to lose, or scared to whatever you're doing, take him out of the game. Don't play him. I mean, why should you? If you're going to go in there and say, you know what? We're not going to let you throw the ball deep. We're not going to let you throw the ball this. We're not going to throw that. You think their defense is not going to figure out what the game plan is? Check down here, safe pass, safe pass. They're going to dare you to throw the ball deep. So either you come out aggressive and play to win, or you play to not lose and get your ass kicked.
So other than Sanchez, who has to step up to win this Monday Night Football game?
On offense, you got to look at guys like Cumberland, Curley. You got to look at these receivers. Got to make plays for him. They have to. They have to get open. They got to fight. I mean, if he throws shaky passes, fight for the ball. I mean, you have to. I mean, the offensive line's the easy answer. Okay, they got to maul the line of scrimmage. That's the easy answer. But the fact of the matter is, it's going to come down to the passing game. You're not going to ground the pound for 200 yards against the Titans. At least in my opinion, you're not going to. So you have to, the receivers have to make plays for him. He's got to make the throws, but it's like, and then you hopefully, I don't think Keller's coming back either, so it's going to be Cumberland, Curley, and then if Braylon could do something, awesome, but it's oof.
And on defense, who has to step up?
I think Kamari's going to get a lot of the spotlight. I think you need to have guys to control the edge. You got to keep Locker in the pocket.
Right.
Wilkerson, Copels is coming on. But that's secondary. I mean, you have, like we talked about, Jared Cook can run wild. Yeah. I mean, you got to have guys like Langster, all these young players that are coming in, they're getting playing time now. They've got to play better. I mean, not better, but they've got to be consistent. Tackle, yards to the catch has to be eliminated. They're going to have their hands full. I really think so.
Well, give me a prediction.
You know what? I'm going to go against the flow here. I think the Jets are going to lose this game. I don't see it. I think they're floating on air right now. They beat two very bad teams, and I don't think Sanchez, the way he's going right now, and how the offense is currently being used, I don't think they can score enough points to win this game. I don't think so. If they come out slow, Monday Night Football, that crowd's gonna be a feeding frenzy. And once the Titans start scoring against this defense, I can see them getting demoralized, especially when the offense is going 3 and out. You know what I mean? Like, say, I think it could be like, we're gonna kick field goals, they're gonna score touchdowns. I could see that kind of thing happening. So I'm going to say 24-13 Titans, and I don't see it. I'm not buying into it. I'm not buying into all the hype and all the how things are getting better. They haven't beaten anybody. So,
all right, hypothetically, the Jets win.
Good for them.
That's 3 games in a row. Do we start playoff talks?
You have to. But that's the whole thing. Then you have a home game against San Diego, a team that they've beaten over the years at home.
Right.
It's a 1:00 game now. The time has changed. But see that's. Then you're showing me something. Because now you're actually doing something. You beat a team that has some talent.
Right.
And it comes down to Sanchez. But you have to. If they can win this week, absolutely. You have to talk playoffs.
Well, let's get it.
Oh, we'll see, man.
Let's go Jets.
Yeah. Thank you for watching our latest video. Please go to our website, jetcenter.com, and check out, we added 2 links to njhometownheroes.org. They're both 100% of the proceeds for all donations go back to the Jersey Shore and the Hurricane Sandy victims. I mean, I personally was in Manasquan, Ortley Beach all this week, and the devastation is terrible. So please don't forget about the shore. I mean, New York, Staten Island, all these areas. Give back where you can, food, time, whatever it is. Other than that, check us out on Twitter, Rauch21, Tyson Rauch on Facebook. I'm Tyson. That's Alf. See you guys next week.